Hi, RJ Baxter here, Fairway Independent Mortgage. I want to talk about the power of real estate and why real estate builds so much wealth, because people are talking about right now, I talked about this in yesterday's video, about whether it makes sense to buy a home right now. So I'm going to talk about realistic numbers for how things look right now and show you the power of real estate and why real estate builds so much wealth. So there's three things I want to talk about that are wealth creators within real estate. A lot of people, they look just at appreciation as the wealth creator, and there's more to it than just appreciation. But let's look at these numbers. I'm going to use historic numbers for the Denver area. This is actually a little bit below the historic average, which is more like 5.5%. And right now, of course, we're experiencing much larger appreciation numbers, but these things tend to go in cycles. There might be periods where we're below 5%, but if you stretch this out over time, this is a realistic number to expect. So let's look at a 5% appreciation. We're talking about a $600,000 property. That means in 5 years, that same home is going to be worth $802,000. That means that you have created $202,000 worth of equity just in regular appreciation rates. And in 10 years, that same property is going to be worth $1.07 million. So just think of that. Now, the other way to look at this too is, what does that look like to buy this same home in 5 or 10 years? And if you're renting right now and you decide to wait, your payment's going to be much higher. You're going to owe much more on the mortgage. So that's the first way that real estate builds wealth. The second way is principal reduction. So unlike rent, when you pay rent, you're paying your landlord's mortgage. When you're paying your own mortgage, a portion of that principal goes towards principal reduction every month. So I used that same 5 and 10 year timeline, and you can see here that over 5 years you're going to pay down your mortgage balance by $41,000, and in 10 years by $94,000. Now I'm assuming here a 10% down payment, so you start off with a $540,000 mortgage, and this is how much you pay it down over time. And then the last category is leverage. This is why real estate is such a unique and powerful way to build wealth. Leverage. So if you put 10% down, you've invested $60,000 into that down payment. Now this is really simple math. There's more factors involved with this, but just to illustrate it, in 5 years, because of the appreciation, and I'm not even talking about the other ways that real estate builds wealth, you're going to make a 236% return on that $60,000 investment. The reason why is, remember, you made $202,000 in appreciation by investing only $60,000. And over 10 years, a 687% return on investment just on the amount of cash that you put into the transaction. And this is why also, if you want to talk to me about this some more, why investing in real estate is so powerful as well, because the tenant pays your mortgage. So you are not having to pay the interest part of that loan. Now, of course, when you're talking about leverage and return on investment, interest is a factor. But if you're talking about your primary residence, you have to have a place to live. So that's, something to consider, is the fact that yes, you are paying interest, but you have to have a place to live. But when you are investing in an investment property, the tenant pays the interest part of your mortgage, making it even more powerful. So if you want to talk to me about some of these things, and there's other factors as well involved with the power of real estate for a wealth creator, call me. This is why I am an advocate for purchasing real estate right now. I don't think we're heading into a real estate crash. In fact, I think real estate is going to continue to perform very well in the near future, and probably long term, most likely, as we've seen historically. So it makes sense to still look at buying right now, despite the fact that home prices have gone up quite a bit and interest rates are elevated compared to what we've seen over the past 12 to 15 years. So give me a call. I'd be happy to answer your questions, and have a great rest of your day. I hope that helps you guys out. Thanks a lot.